Good day. Today, I'd like to share about cultural intelligence and managing workplace conflict. Workplace conflicts can have cultural causes and dimensions, and cultural intelligence allows us to identify and address these conflicts. If not addressed, these conflicts would result into a watna, or a worst alternative to a negotiated agreement. Hence the need for cultural intelligence, which is the capability to relate and work effectively across cultures. Underlying the concept of cultural intelligence is the concept of culture. Culture is the unique character of a group, its prototypical values, its norms, beliefs, and behaviors. People with different cultural backgrounds interact and can thwart each other's goal attainment, hence conflict. Now, there are cultural prototypes, but there are also variations, especially in loose cultures. But neither extreme is good or bad. They're just simply different. Concerning workplace conflict, cultural intelligence has three goals. First is to recognize when conflict behavior is cultural. Second is to respect cultural differences. And third is to accommodate these differences creatively. But first, what is workplace conflict? Workplace conflict can be described as incompatible activities or actions of one person that interfere, obstruct, or in some way get in the way of another person's actions. Often, there are three elements of conflict. One is confrontation, whether direct or indirect. Two is expression of negative emotions. And three is managerial or third-party intervention. Workplace conflict threatens self-worth, and self-worth is acquired differently in different cultures. Self-worth is achieved and maintained differently in different cultures. For example, in dignity cultures, it's based on achievement. In face cultures, it's based on respectability. And in honor cultures, it's based on reputation. In confrontation, people in dignity cultures can confront directly. Those in face cultures confront indirectly. And those in honor cultures, though warm and hospitable, can be direct and aggressive when thwarted. Also, the targets of confrontation receive different treatment. In dignity cultures, they are assigned responsibility and expectation of action. In face cultures, they are shamed for disrupting social harmony, and in honor cultures, they are blamed. Even negative emotions are expressed differently. For example, anger is most common in dignity and honor cultures. However, in dignity cultures, it is often suppressed. And shame is a more common response in face cultures. And concerning culture and third-party conflict management, generally, all cultures use third parties to intervene and resolve community conflict. However, certain exceptions lie for societies that are dominated by war and conquest, and those with no sense of compromise, and also those with loose dignity cultures. So how do third parties intervene? In face cultures, mediation is made by esteemed community members. In honor cultures, families bring the conflict to community mediation, or bosses intervene. And in dignity cultures, third-party intervention is typically late and institutionalized. Now, applying cultural intelligence to creatively solve workplace conflict. 1. Conflict in multicultural teams are more productive and generate more compatible settlements when there is recognition, respect, and accommodation of cultural differences in conflict approaches. 2. Conflict in multicultural teams arises when indirect confrontation is not understood by a party or direct confrontation insults a party. 3. Early managerial intervention is needed whenever honor is insulted or social harmony is threatened. 4. Managers should restructure and avoid cultural explanations when conflict is due to pre-existing prejudices, stereotypes, or rigid status hierarchies. 5. There should be resort to forceful facilitation or autocratic action When A, team progress is stymied by cultural conflict, B, there are risks of costs, quality, or delivery overruns, and C, the team can't see cultural differences or can see it but does not know what to do. As we can see, intercultural conflict is indeed complex, but thankfully, cultural intelligence can help us navigate through such conflicts. So this ends my explainer on cultural intelligence as especially applied to the management of intercultural workplace conflict. Hope you learned and enjoyed!